Hi there, Keta Kosman, publisher of Madison's Lumber Reporter. Here I am going to give you an explanation of one of our latest products. It's called Madison's Sawmill Curtailment Lookout. We started it at the beginning of last year in 2022 as there was so much interest in what's going on with the mills coming on and offline. What change does that have to the annualized production volume rates that is reported for each facility? And it's been wildly popular. So it comes out once a month and it tracks downtime, whether operational decisions, if there was a fire at the mill, a labor disruption, some kind of issue potentially with feedstock, if they're having trouble getting fiber supply, logs coming into the mill, different situations like that, transportation delays, getting manufactured wood products out of the mill. And so this video is explaining what is in the monthly issue of Madison's Sawmill Curtailment Lookout, and something that I advise that people might want to subscribe to. It's inexpensive. It's only US $489 a year. You get 12 issues. It's 4 pages with an update of, like I said, the operational changes of production volume at the mill. If there's new mills coming on, mills being invested into, bought and sold, changing their manufacturing mix of the products that they make, all of that is in there every month. So let's have a look at some of the images that I've taken from that newsletter, and you can see what it is that we do actually. Okay, and so page 1 of the most recent issue of Madison's Sawmill Curtailment Lookout that was sent at the end of April to subscribers. We have blurred out those 3 important columns for actual volume of production change, estimate, and timeline. If you click the sample, you can see how that data is represented. Basically, what this is showing is the different mills across North America, whether they are a panel, pulp and paper, or sawmill, and what happened, whether the mill was sold, changed the name, changed what it is, products it is making, investing, or has had to take downtime for various reasons, which are all explained as you can see in that 3rd column. And then this is page 2. We run that as a news feed, so other updates, not necessarily operational, but important to know about what's happening, summarized on a monthly basis. On the left side there, where you see the sawmill production volumes, what we've done here is grouped what the annual capacity of each facility is into a range so that people can see how much of a relationship there is between what the volume that is changed compared to what the actual full annual production volume of that mill is. And then page 3 is a continuation of the news feed on page 2. This might include government press releases impacting the forest industry or the Forest Service, otherwise companies themselves, potentially with their railways, all summarized very nicely in one easy to see capture that comes out every month at the end of the month, telling you what happened during that month. And then the final page is the order form for people to request if they would like to subscribe. The Sawmill Curtailment Lookout is a companion product to the Madison's Lumber Directory, which has extremely detailed information of each manufacturing facility in Canada and the US, including those annual production volumes that I was talking about. And so people might want to have a look at that. You can also access more information about that on our website. Okay, and so, this is interesting even just sort of peripherally to folks who are not in the construction sector or in sawmilling, or advisors who need to know what's happening with the mills. This is interesting, I think, to a lot of people, just generally speaking, because it lets you know the status of what's happening with the industry. If, for example, a few months ago, last year, the Tolko panel mill in northern Alberta had a really serious fire, took that mill off for quite a while, and that means that other facilities need to take up that loss of volume being manufactured. And if they don't, then there's going to be a reduction of supply and the price of what they make is going to go up. The other example is the Weyerhaeuser job action that was in third, fourth quarter of last year for almost 5 weeks in Oregon. Took a huge amount of Douglas fir volume offline. And during a time of year when lumber prices are usually falling because it's coming on to winter and there's a drop in construction activity, the prices of Douglas fir were increasing because customers, even for the small amounts that they need at that time of year, couldn't get their wood. When those mills came back online, I think it was in the second week of November, and that production volume was reinstated. Those prices of Douglas fir dropped back down and were back on the same trend line as the other 2x4 prices. And so go on my website, madisonsreport.com. There's a link here in the caption. It shows you the page that explains the Sawmill Curtailment Lookout, and there's a sample of a previous issue. And if you like that, just fill out the form or contact our office by email. You can phone, it doesn't matter. And we will set you up with a subscription, and you will get that. It comes out at the end of every month, talks about that month. So the April issue, which is coming out at the end of April, is explaining what was all the downtime and the production that was taken offline during April.